This is your Weather Extreme video for Sunday, November the 9th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Thanks for tuning in. There's a look at the surface map for today, and surface high pressure will be moving the clouds out to the east. The clouds that moved in last night with a bit of a front, and we see a little bit of a surface low over the southeast coast. That is in response to a fairly low latitude upper trough in the upper atmosphere, as a larger trough is being carved out over the eastern half of the country for the latter part of the week. Temperatures are not too bad, but temperatures certainly getting much colder to our north, and we're going to see a big change in that. And speaking of big changes, the National Weather Service offices across the northern tier of the United States, all those pink areas are forecasting a winter storm event over the next 2 days or so, with as much as 10 to 12 inches of snow in some of those locations with the pink that indicate winter storm warnings. On the QPF, the next shot at precipitation will come on Wednesday. Could be as early as late Tuesday, but primarily the first half of Wednesday. And precipitation likely to be fairly light as moisture is not returning that significantly ahead of the next storm system. The Storm Prediction Center is not outlooking any significant areas for severe weather, and the only thing in the way of thunder is down across the extreme southern tip of Florida. And in the tropics remain quiet in the Atlantic Basin, and in the Pacific Basin there's just one small area of disturbed weather that is being watched, but not expected to develop into much of anything over the next 5 days. All right, let's get to the 060 GFS model run. And one of the things that this model run is showing is it's going to get cold, as we've been talking about. And there's a look at the surface pattern for today, and the high pressure moves in, so we have a nice day. The high moves across the area for Monday, and we stay beautiful, and the temperatures warm up nicely on Monday and Tuesday as we get under very weak ridging as we look at the upper atmosphere forecast there for the 500 millibar flow. So the weak ridging on Monday and again on Tuesday will allow us to warm up into the 70s. So it's going to be a nice day for Monday and Tuesday. But Tuesday, the front approaches us from the northwest, and that front forecast to move through as a fairly substantial trough moves into the western Great Lakes, and that will drag the front into the area. But thanks to the fact that there's not a lot of moisture return with this frontal system, it looks like the moisture is going to be somewhat limited, so just a chance for showers. And those locations that do see any precipitation, the precipitation will be fairly light. The trough deepens on Thursday, and that will be a chilly day across the area. You can see the 540 thickness line diving down into the area of Memphis. And if you look at, and I don't have the chart for 850, but the 850 temperatures definitely fall, and it looks like Thursday is going to be one of those days where temperatures won't climb out of the 40s, probably highs in the upper 40s. For Friday, the pattern remains cold with the overall trough pattern, a long wave trough pattern over the eastern half of the country. And you can see the 540 line down across the mid-south area. The pattern doesn't change much on Saturday nor on Sunday, but we do see another reinforcing shot of cold air. And in addition to that, we also see moisture return. So the GFS suggesting that the event on Sunday could be a wet one as we get out into the edge of voodoo country. And as I mentioned in the blog post, this could actually spell a bit of a winter weather event for somewhere in the Ohio and Tennessee river valleys, but it's too early to be talking about exactly where. It's just we need to be watching for the possibility of that kind of event to occur. Going out into voodoo country, and the pattern remains fairly active. The GFS suggests another storm for us around the 22nd with another wet event, and then that one followed very quickly by another one around the 24th that is also looking somewhat coolish. Well, that'll do it for the Weather Extreme video for this morning. James Spann will have the next edition first thing on Monday morning. In the meantime, stay tuned to the blog for notes on the weather as it unfolds. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters. Have a great week, and Godspeed.